All right, let's get right into it. What if I told you that the single most powerful thing you can do to be a better leader happens when you're completely unconscious? Yeah, you heard that right. Today, we're flipping the script on sleep. We're not talking about it as a weakness, but as your ultimate secret competitive advantage. We're going to completely debunk that whole hustle till you drop myth and show you, step by step, how to build your success on a solid foundation of rest. This quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It gets right to the heart of this lie so many of us have been sold. You know the one. Our culture is constantly screaming at us that to get ahead, you gotta burn the midnight oil. That pulling all-nighters and running on 4 hours of sleep is some kind of badge of honor. But here's the crazy part and what we're about to uncover. That very mindset is actively sabotaging the exact leadership skills you're working so damn hard to build. It's a trap. So, what is the real cost of buying into this lie? I'll tell you this much, it's way more than just feeling a little tired or needing an extra cup of coffee. No, the consequences are tangible, they're measurable, and they launch a direct assault on your ability to perform, to think clearly, and to lead effectively. So let's start with the most immediate battlefield, the damage it does to your own body. Okay, Section 1, your body under pressure. We're talking about the physical toll here. And listen, this isn't just about feeling a little groggy in the morning. Not at all. This is about a whole cascade of biological failures. So let's pop the hood and see what actually breaks down when you consistently cheat your body out of the rest it needs. And check out how fast this damage actually happens. This isn't after years and years of neglect. No, get this. We're talking about one single week. Just 7 days of getting only 5 hours of sleep at night can absolutely tank your testosterone levels by 10 to 15%. I mean, to put that into perspective for you, that's like hormonally aging yourself more than a decade in just 1 week. It's insane. So how does this even happen? What's the mechanism? Well, think of it like a hormonal tug-of-war inside your body. When you skip out on sleep, your body just floods your system with cortisol, the main stress hormone. And you can basically think of cortisol as the archenemy of testosterone. It's a simple, brutal equation. When cortisol goes up, testosterone goes way, way down. And that kicks off this vicious cycle of feeling stressed out and having zero energy. Okay, so it's not just your hormones taking a hit. It's your brain, big time. After being awake for just 17 to 19 hours, which, let's be honest, is a pretty standard long day for a lot of people, your cognitive impairment is the same as having a blood alcohol content of 0.05%. Think about that. That's just a couple drinks away from being legally drunk in a lot of places. So this begs the question, right? Would a leader run his life intoxicated? Of course not. You'd never trust someone to make critical, high-stakes decisions if they'd been drinking. And yet, our culture practically celebrates the all-nighter. We praise this behavior that produces the exact same level of cognitive impairment. If that doesn't completely reframe how you think about powering through, I don't know what will. All right, we've seen the physical damage. Now let's move from the body up to the command center, the brain. Because this is where sleep stops being about just simple maintenance and becomes the actual architect of your wisdom, your clarity, and your decision-making. The absolute core assets of any great leader. So here's the critical breakdown. When you're sleep-deprived, it's like a direct attack on your prefrontal cortex. That's the CEO of your brain, right? The part that handles all the high-level executive functions. When that CEO is offline or impaired, you stop making measured, rational decisions. Instead, you're just making impulsive, emotional ones. Instead of calmly handling a crisis, you snap at your team. You make a rash call. You damage trust. A well-rested brain, on the other hand, that's a leader's brain. That's your command center, fully online, calm, controlled, and decisive. You know that old saying, sleep on it? Well, it's not just some old wives' tale, it is a literal neurological process. While you're in deep and REM sleep, your brain is like a librarian working the night shift, busily sorting through all the information from your day, filing it away, and making connections between ideas, finding patterns you totally missed when you were awake. This is where those aha moments come from. Those creative breakthroughs aren't forced. They're born when you give your brain the quiet time it needs to do its best work. Okay, so we've definitely established the stakes. The problem is clear. Now let's get practical. Let's talk solutions. This section is your actionable game plan. It's how you turn sleep from something that just happens to you into a powerful discipline, something you can actually master. All right, here they are, your 3 foundational pillars. These are simple, but they are powerful. First up is the schedule anchor. This means a consistent wake-up time. Yes, even on weekends. This locks in your body's internal clock and gives you predictable energy. Second, the digital sunset. For 90 minutes before bed, no screens. This one is non-negotiable, guys. That blue light from your phone is the direct enemy of melatonin, your sleep hormone. And finally, the caveman chamber. You want your room cool, pitch black, and quiet. This sends a powerful signal to your primal brain that it's safe to completely power down for the night. And to make this even easier to remember, here's a great little rule, the 10-3-2-1-0 rule. Think of it like a simple countdown to prime your body for amazing rest. So 10 hours before bed, you're done with caffeine for the day. 3 hours before bed, no more big meals or alcohol. 2 hours out, that's your digital sunset, no more screens. 1 hour to go, you start winding down, relaxing. And at 0, your sleep environment is perfect. It's a pretty foolproof system when you stick to it.
So all this information is great, right? But knowledge without action is pretty much useless. So to wrap all this up, I'm not just going to leave you with a bunch of facts. I'm going to give you a direct challenge.
And it's actually really simple. Here it is. For the next 7 nights, I want you to commit to getting a solid 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Make it your #1 non-negotiable priority. Use those pillars we talked about. Use the 10-3-2-1-0 rule and just make it happen. Seriously, treat it like the most important project you've got on your plate this week.
So what's the payoff? What can you expect if you actually do this? Well, the results are going to speak for themselves, trust me. You're going to feel sharper focus, a calmer sense of resilience when things go wrong, a ton of renewed energy, a way better mood, and that enhanced vitality we were talking about at the beginning. This isn't some far-off benefit. This is the immediate return on your investment in rest.
And this is really the ultimate takeaway. It's time to change the entire conversation. The new badge of honor for a high performer isn't about how much you can endure. It's about how well you can recover and prepare for the next day. The single most powerful act of discipline you can perform tonight is to shut everything down and commit to your rest. So the only question left is, are you ready to stop running on fumes and start leading from a true foundation of strength?